This is the June Scrapbooking from the Heart collaboration. Our theme for June is growth. I'm Emilee, and you've found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting pages done. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and bell icon now. Our theme for June is growth. So I'm using some photos taken in my mom's garden during the month of May. I'm using some papers that were from my stash for this journaling spot and for the photo mats, but I have some Creative Memories paper for the base page. And I'm using a sketch that's from the Worldwide Cropping Day by Creative Memories. I can link to that Facebook group down in the description. I thought this was a lovely sketch and would be a great way to do a 2-page spread. The sketch calls for 2 circles. So I went ahead and cut circles using my Creative Memories circle cutter from one of the background pages. And then the sketch also calls for a band. So I cut the band from another Creative Memory paper, and it will cover up those circles, and then I can use them on the layout to help embellish the page. For the page title, I am going to use letter stickers, and I'm going to use the word growth. And then I plan to do my journaling directly on the page. One of the things that's great about working with a sketch is that it shows you placement of photos, and it kind of frees your mind and lets you focus on the other elements on the page. Right now I'm balancing the look of the page by making sure that I have different color flowers in different places. For example, I didn't want both of the peach color of the Asian poppy to be on the same side of the page, so I've separated those. But it's really nice to be able to feel confident in the placement of the photos thanks to the help of the sketch. Another thing I enjoy about sketches is the flexibility. You can decide if you want to follow the sketch exactly, or if you want to pick and choose elements, or even add additional elements. So for example, the sketch shows a number of layers on the page. I decided to cut borders for the pages since the background design paper is pretty light. I wanted to bring in some border strips to just kind of give a frame for the page. So I'm cutting these border strips, and I will add them to the top and bottom of both sides of the layout. And if you look at the sketch, you can see that there's a suggestion that you might do this, but it's certainly an option that I wouldn't have had to do, and may not have if I had used different background paper. The Scrapbooking from the Heart collaboration encourages me to to focus on journaling on my pages, and the theme for this month was perfect for the flowers, but for another reason as well. Over the years, I've found that my appreciation of my mom's garden has grown, and I've even gotten to the point where I'm interested in trying to transplant some of these perennials into our yard. And so I've slowly, with her help, started to transplant some things. Like we have recently transplanted some tiger lilies and a daisy plant. So this theme for growth is has two meanings for me. The way I've grown and changed over the years in my appreciation of the garden, as well as the actual physical growth of these plants each year. These adhesive photo corners came with an 8x8 album I purchased recently, and I decided to go ahead and use them. I think they finish the page a little bit. This is a little more formal looking page than I usually do, and I think the photo corners add a bit of a finished touch that's very neat and clean. Time to add the page title. I am following the sketch suggestion for the title placement. I don't always follow the sketch placement suggestion for the title, but in this case, I think it works out perfectly. I do a lot of this letter work off camera, but there is the finished title. And now I'm going to turn my attention to fixing that journal spot on the left. I did not like how it turned out, and so I'm going to add a new piece of paper on the top of it that I feel better about in the end. Often with my scrapbooking, the last step or two is the page title and then the journaling. Sometimes I put off the journaling and intend to get back to it, and then I find that often it never gets done. So I would really encourage you to go ahead and do your journaling while the scrapbook page is fresh in your mind. It is okay if your handwriting is not perfect. You may not even like your handwriting, but believe me, your family does not care. And they just want to see your thoughts and some of your personality come through in your handwriting. So I'd encourage you to do that at least some of the time, because it means a lot to family members. I can immediately recognize my grandmother's handwriting, my mother's, my father's, my husband's, my children's. It's something that's unique to each of us, and it creates a special connection when our loved ones read what we've shared in our pages. Be sure to check all the channels participating in the Scrapbooking from the Heart collaboration. They're linked and listed down in the description. We can keep on scrapping our stash together. Here are links to 2 more videos. Let's keep on scrapbooking.